It's about doing. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Ghostface here, back in the game with video. Today, just been playing some more Call of Duty World War 2. Got my video comments for you guys here today. We are on the map Arden's Forest, one of my favorite maps in the game. We're gonna be using my favorite weapon in the game, the PPSH. But we're gonna be using the special variant known as Thrive. I got it out of the collections like about a week or two ago, and we're gonna be talking about Thrive and weapon variants in particular, to be honest with you guys, because in general a lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about weapon variants. A lot of you guys are feeling mixed opinions about weapon variants, specifically what they actually do for the player. Now, before I get into this, I just want to point out the fact that originally, before the game even came out, Sledgehammer confirmed there would be weapon variants in the game. They confirmed that a long time ago, way before World War II came out, but the thing is, they also said that it would be cosmetic only, that it wouldn't affect the guns at all in the slightest. And we said, okay, we believe them. And then they actually came out, and we saw the way they were, and from what we see, it looks like they really do only affect the cosmetics, aesthetics. It really doesn't do anything to the gun when it comes to the statistics. It doesn't affect the damage, the range, the accuracy, none of that shit at all, from what we can see. But there's been a lot of conspiracy theories nowadays where people are saying, no, that's just not true. It affects the accuracy, it affects the range. There's something with the weapon variants that Sledgehammer Games is not telling us. And me personally, I just don't know where people are getting this from. I get it. Sometimes it looks weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm one of those people who don't want to just like jump to conclusions, but sometimes the weapon variants make me play better. And I mean that in the way that sometimes the way these weapon variants work is that obviously they change cosmetically, and when they change cosmetically, sometimes the iron sights change, and on certain weapons the iron sights aren't that good, right? So when you switch from not having iron sights, when you switch from having bad iron sights to good iron sights, it changes the way you play. Obviously it makes you play better if you're switching from bad iron sights to good iron sights. Take the PPSH, right? Thrive, Duck Soup, they have better iron sights in my opinion than the regular PPSH, so therefore my shot is a little bit better from long range with the PPSH. Thrive or the Snake or the Duck Soup, that's simply because I like the iron sights more. It doesn't affect the range or the accuracy of the gun itself, it just affects the player and the way the player plays. And this is my main point in this video. Weapon variants in this game are not non-cosmetic. They are not non-cosmetic. They don't affect the attributes of any of the weapons in the game. I can guarantee you that there have been multiple tests on it to see if Sledgehammer was lying. Trust me, there are no changes to the stats when there's a weapon variant on the gun. However, a lot of people have complained about certain weapons like Duck Soup because the iron sights and the way the gun looks is so different. It feels like it's a brand new gun and the gun feels different, it looks different, and some people say that it feels better. But what do you mean by feel? You know, like that's a really like inconclusive way to say it. Like, oh, it just feels different, it just looks, it feels like a brand new gun, it feels like it doesn't play the way it used to without the weapon variants on. Well, here's the thing. What does feel mean? It's very inconclusive when a player says, oh, something just feels wrong. You got to be really specific with that, and there's just no conclusion to those type of statements. And that's why, like, when it comes to talking to Michael Condrey about this, he can't really respond to the way you feel. You know, like, there's just nothing he can say about that. And on Twitter, people were talking to him about it, like, earlier, like, actually, like, less than an hour ago. I got the tweets right here. Somebody was talking about Duck Soup and saying, come on, Michael, you can't tell me that you don't see how ridiculous Duck Soup is. You got to get this shit fixed. The weapon variant should be banned from competitive because they actually do change the way people play. And they change the game. And Michael Condrey is just like, well, I've checked it multiple times. My team's checked it multiple times. There's nothing we can do about the fact that you believe that they play differently. And it's funny because the guy he was tweeting with was just like, he said, oh, all these shits gotta go. And then Michael Condrey replied, he was just like, all these shits gotta stay because they're not stat changing and they can stay whenever they want because they don't actually change the game. And it was funny, everybody on Twitter was laughing at it, but it's a true statement. Like, I don't think Michael Condrey is always the nice guy and the perfect role model for this game. I'm going to be completely honest, sometimes he's bullshitting, but other times he's telling the truth. And right now I think he's telling the truth. I think people are getting a little bit of a placebo effect when it comes to weapon variants. I agree. Some iron sights are better than others. Trust me, I know. The iron sights on the FG42, in my opinion, aren't that good. But on certain variants, it's ridiculous. And I mean, like, that's just me as a player, though. Some people might think, like, well, I like the regular FG variant. I like the regular FG iron sights better. Okay, that's fine. Then you use that. It's all up to preference at the end of the day when it comes to like shit like iron sights. At the end of the day, the variant themselves, it's not the variant's fault. You can look at the stats yourselves, you can test it out in game. Like Duck Soup, I have Duck Soup and I have Thrive and I have the regular PPSH. I tested them all in custom games and I gotta say, I shred with all of them the exact same way. And to all the people saying that Duck Soup reduces the recoil, it's because the iron sights are better. I'm going to be honest, Duck Soup probably has the best PPSH iron sights out there. So therefore, it probably does feel better. But like I said, that whole statement feels better. It doesn't mean that it changes the stats or anything. It means that to the player, you enjoy that more. But that's just all preference because we're all individuals, you know? So it doesn't really mean anything when it comes to like stats. So the point of this video really is just to show you guys that like, there really is no difference, alright? I dropped a very low amount of kills in this game, right? With a PPSH Thrive. Oh my god, that's an epic PPSH, right? If it was really like stat changing, like game changing with the new iron sights, then I would be dropping like 100 kills because I dropped 95 with a regular PPSH before. So why can't I drop the same amount with this? It's because it's the same gun and it's the same situations, but it's just a different map. Like it doesn't change anything. It doesn't give me an advantage. It doesn't give me a disadvantage. It's the same gun. So I just don't want you guys to come out there thinking, oh, well, Sledgehammer is lying to us. Like, I know I made a video a couple days ago saying, is Sledgehammer lying to us? It's a completely different topic, though. When it comes to weapon variants, I think they're 100% telling the truth right now, in the sense that they're not changing the stats of the gun or anything. I can't speak for the rest of the cycle of Call of Duty World War II. There may be variants out there eventually that change the way the guns work. But for right now, from what I can see from all the guns that we can look at, they don't change anything, guys. And I just want to point that out so you guys won't go out there as making false statements, because there's a lot of people out there who are just making rants on YouTube and Reddit talking about how they have to change this, they have to ban the variants and whatnot from competitive because they actually changed the game. They don't. They really don't. They just change the player, and if a player prefers to use these iron sights over the other, just let them. It's the same gun. It doesn't change anything. It's just player preference. It's like saying, well, you can't use gold camo. Why? Because I prefer gold camo over diamond camo. So you can't use gold camo because you like it and it's your preference, and it puts me at a disadvantage because you like that camo. What? Like, it doesn't make a fucking difference. But that's all I gotta say about that topic, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please sure to like that. Please, oh my god, please be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe as always. Check out all my other recent videos. And we're out of the way, guys. It's been a weird Ghostface here. YouTube. I will see you fucking later.
Anton is overrun. Need reinforcements.